Story 1. Here are quotes from the mockumentary, What We Do in the Shadows. Deacon, I think we drink virgin blood because it sounds cool. Vladislav, I think of it like this. If you were going to eat a sandwich, you would just enjoy it more if you knew no one had messed with it. Story 2. A gentleman took my cash with gloved hands, then immediately began preparing the sandwich using the same gloves. Story 3. Setting it on the arm of the couch on a plate because I forgot my drink and coming back to my dog helping himself. Story 4. Seeing a big piece of lettuce that is holding all the sauce and hanging over the sides, making the sandwich hard to hold. Also knowing it is not going to rip when I take a bite, but just slide out and take all the sauce with it. Story 5. Fresh produce, that is, lettuce is that weird shredded old stuff that just tastes like sadness, tomatoes that are squishy, peppers that are soft. Disgusting. Story 6. When you tear the bread by trying to spread the butter and there's a hole, that's no longer a sandwich, that's a disaster. That either goes in the bin or it's a wet, sloppy tragedy. Story 7. Love pickles but hate them on my sandwich. One pickle makes the entire sandwich taste like pickle. What is the point of sandwich ingredients if it just gets overridden with pickle flavor? Story 8. Another person's opinion on whether or not I should be eating ingredient X. Oh, you put X on your sandwich? I would never. Yeah. I didn't ask you, nor do I care. Keep your opinion out of my meals. Story 9. If someone takes a bite before me, I can drink liquids if someone has taken a sip from my cup or bottle. But a bite of my food is just unforgivable and ruins it. Story 10. Why do they put mayonnaise in every single meal deal type sandwich ever, though? Keep that away from my snacks. Story 11. That water that comes out of the ketchup or mustard when you use it, no matter how much you shake it up. Story 12. Too much filling. Unless it's a corned beef deli sandwich, in which case I make an exception. Overall, I tend to like sandwiches with less filling, like a French baguette with only ham and butter, maybe a slice of cheese. One of the best sandwiches I ever had was from a small shop in Siena. It was just a crusty roll with a few thin slices of salami. Story 13. My front teeth at the top and bottom no longer meet when I bite down due to my wisdom teeth overcrowding them. So every time I am about to have a sandwich, I have to find a bunch of napkins because I know I'll bite into my sandwich, remove the bread on the top and bottom, and leave the filling, or worse, pull the filling out because I haven't cut all the way through it, making a huge mess. Story 14. Not having lettuce and tomato. You would think lettuce has no flavor and tomato barely does anything. But without them, the sandwich just feels unrefreshing. Story 15. I once left a peanut butter sandwich unattended while I was cleaning my knife. I turned around to see my cat face first in it. Story 16. A pickle leaning up against the sandwich and soaking the bread with its awful pickle juice before you can even take a bite. Story 17. When someone cuts it down the middle instead of into triangles, why would you ruin a sandwich like that? Even worse if they cut non-symmetrical. What is wrong with some people? Now it goes in the trash. Story 18. Intrusive thoughts. Even if I made the sandwich, suddenly all the ingredients can come into question. Are they clean? What about the facilities they were made in? Did everyone involved in the process thoroughly wash their hands? What about contaminants? What about fecal particles and bug parts per million? Do the people in charge of quality assurance actually do their jobs? Were the ingredients stored properly while transported to the store, and were they put into refrigeration in a timely manner? What about the store? How many mice and cockroaches crawl over the food at night when the store is closed? How often are the shelves wiped down and sanitized? I could be starving and ready to eat, but the sandwich can become unappetizing within seconds if I'm not careful. I won't even be able to look at it without gagging and end up having to find something else to eat. Story 19. Sure, I will correct the text for you. Sand, I don't know how, but my sandwiches sometimes had sand on them in the playground at primary school. Such fond memories of crunchy peanut butter sandwiches. This revised version corrects minor punctuation issues and maintains the content's original charm and meaning.